Okay. Alright guys, can you hear me now? Hello? Really sorry for that. Am I audible, my dear students? Audible, perfect, perfect, great, great, great. So how was your chemistry paper? How was your JEE Main second shift? How did it go, my dear friends? Hi Harsh, hi Subha, hi Amarnath, hi Gautam. Yes, it was definitely easy. It was definitely easy. The second shift was really easy as far as the chemistry portion is concerned. Today I'll be discussing the chemistry portion. We had some really awesome questions there, and I'm able to get many of the questions. But yeah, there are some questions which I'm not so very sure about. We'll be talking about that later on, right? So without further ado, let's get started with the JEE Main 2022 paper discussion. All right, just give me a moment. All right, great, amazing. So without further ado, let's get started. And just a moment, everyone. All right. So guys, if I talk about myself, my name is Tarun. You might be seeing me for the very first time, and I'm a chemistry master teacher at Vedantu only. And as far as my academic background is concerned, I've done my masters from MNIT Jaipur, and I've been teaching for more than 6 years. I've taught in offline as well as online education institutes and produced some really awesome results. Okay, so let's get started without further ado, guys. This is the Vedantu's Enlight channel, where all of us have gathered for the discussion of JEE Main 2022 paper, the shift, second evening shift. So this question was slightly tricky, I would say, and it was all about the Dettol. We all know that Dettol has two structures, right? Okay, just give me a moment, guys. All right. So we all know Dettol has two structures. Dettol is made up of two things. What are those two things? Can anyone tell me in the chat box? What exactly is it made up of? Dettol. Anyone in the chat box who knows what the answer is? Great, great. So Cinderella has already stated here that, great. So we have two structures. I'll just show it to you. Dettol is made up of two structures, chloroxylenol and terpineol. So guys, when I talk about these two structures, right, so most of you know the answer. As you can see, it has over here like 3 double bonds are there in this case, and it has just one double bond. Now the question was, Dettol has two structures, one has 6 and other has 2 pi electron. So you can see we have 3 pi bond, that means 6 electron. We have just 1 pi bond, that means 2 electron. What is the name of the structure with 2 pi electrons? I think we know the answer. It is terpineol. So how many of you knew the answer to this question? Tell me in the chat box. How many of you already knew the answer to this question? Terpineol. Great, great, amazing, yeah, amazing. So this question was really easy, and you can only do it if you had read NCERT. And just like the previous discussion that we had on this channel, most of the questions were from NCERT only, just including this one also. Moving ahead, we have a question. Okay, now I can agree that this question is something, or this statement is something that most of us would skip. It was regarding the peptide bond test. If I need to check how many peptide bonds are there, I would have to go for the burette test. Okay, now the burette test, why do we call it burette? Because it has burette compound in it. So we have glycine, alanine, burette, and there was one more which we are not so very sure about. So let's call it X. How many of these give burette test? Now we have to understand glycine, alanine, these are amino acids, right? So the answer to this question was burette. So the burette test for peptide bonds, as you can see over here, I have highlighted the text over here. The alkaline copper sulfate, that is Cu plus 2, reacts with the compounds containing 2 or more peptide bond, and this, my dear friends, it is burette over here, right? So how many of you knew the answer to this question? Tell me. Satvik, Sridarshan, Rahul, you knew about this one? Sandhya knew about it. Great, great, great. Kailash also, amazing. So you people have actually studied. You are really serious for this exam. Amazing, amazing. Moving to the next question. These were simply theoretical. Okay, this question is from chemical bonding. How many of you know the structure of these compounds? BF3, BeCl2, ammonia, H2O. How many of you know it? Great. If you know it, you would agree with me over here that if I talk about BF3, so I'm just drawing the planar molecules over here. BF3, BeCl2, these two are planar, and let's talk about CCl4. So guys, here the net dipole moment is 0. When the net dipole moment is 0, what do we say? What do we say? That it is non-polar. So if I talk about BF3, BF3 is boron, fluorine, fluorine, fluorine. It is trigonal planar, right? So this is partially negative, this is partially positive, means the dipole moment would be like this. Now don't you think the net dipole coming from these both boron and fluorine would be like this, downward, which would be cancelled by this one. So what is the mu net? Mu net will be 0. It cancels out, as rightly stated by Roshan Nath. If I talk about BeCl2, this is planar. Okay, very easy question. This is partially negative, partially positive, partially negative. The net dipole moment is 0 again, right? And what about CCl4? Now CCl4 is like this. Okay, so this is Cl, 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 and then Cl. Now you all have to agree with me that the 3 Cl, they are like this in the pyramidal form, right? So don't you think the net dipole moment would be downwards from these 3? It would be like this, right? So the net dipole coming from these 3 will be like this, and one would be like this. Again, mu net will be 0. Great. So BeCl2, CCl4 and BF3, because their net dipole moment is 0, the answer was 3. Okay, integer based question, the answer was 3. Yes, some of the questions have been repeated. I'll just show you a question which was based on the similar concept that we had in the morning shift. Okay, Ganesha Muthi, I think I have answered to your question, right? So I think this question is also clear to everybody. Moving to the next question. Okay, now this is something that few of you might be stuck in. Okay, before I explain you the answer to this question, I want to remind you that when you have a nucleophile, when you have a nucleophile and there is a carbonyl compound, this is delta positive, this is partially negative. It attacks over here and there is a shift in bonding, है ना? There is a shift in bond over here, right? So it becomes like this. So it is an SN2 mechanism. It is an SN2 mechanism basically. The nucleophile is attacking over here. So what is happening over here is, if this carbon is delta positive, the groups that I want over here, they should not be bulky. They should not be bulky. If they are bulky, nucleophile will not be able to attach on it, right? So in this case, the nucleophile would be easily attacking over here. Okay, the nucleophile is R2NH, the 2-degree amine. It would be able to attack over here. It would be able to attack over here, but it won't be able to attack on this side because of the too much bulkiness. Will the need be this easy? Well, we don't know. We'll have to just wait and watch. All right, amazing guys, amazing, beautiful. So I think all of you have understood the question number B as well. How many of you already knew the concept? Like before I even explained this, you knew it. Roshan Nath, you knew? Yeah? Great, yeah, great, amazing. Moving forward to the next question. Now this is a factual question over here. All right, amazing. Yes, yes, the paper was really easy. To be very honest, the paper was very easy. Now, here we had an assertion reasoning question. Guys, please be very, very cautious in such questions, because I would tell you the next question is slightly tricky. This is very easy, very straightforward. The question is, the assertion over here is, water with BOD value. BOD is biochemical oxygen demand. Its value is 70 and it is considered polluted. Absolutely true statement. So this is factual, true statement. The reason is the amount of oxygen required by the bacteria to break down the inorganic and organic matter is what we call BOD. Now this is a problem here. Okay, see, it's very, you have to be very careful here, because the bacteria that are present in the water bodies, they do not break the inorganic substances. They just break the organic substance. Means the reason is absolutely wrong. Okay? Exactly. Rahul, you are absolutely correct. This is a false statement. Okay? This is a false statement. Amazing, guys. So I'll just show it to you. Assertion is true, but the reason is false, and it can be easily seen in the NCERT. So all the teachers here at Vedantu have been repeating the same thing. If you are preparing for any competitive examination, be it JEE, NEET, you have to read NCERT again and again as far as the chemistry subject is concerned. Right? Moving ahead to the next question. The assertion here, now look at this question. They tried their best to make the student make a mistake over here. The assertion is the amphoteric behavior of H2O is explained by the Lewis acid and base theory. That's the assertion. Normally what we would think, this is a correct statement, but this is a false statement. I'll tell you why. Because when we talk about the amphoteric nature of water, how do we look at the reaction? So when I talk about water, H2O plus reaction with ammonia, water is going to accept the proton from here. Water is going to donate the proton to ammonia to form OH negative plus NH4 positive. So in this case, water is behaving like an acid and this one is acting as a base, right? Very easy. Now talking about this water molecule, if I treat it with H2S, now you have to understand this is water and this is sulfur. Sulfur is a bit bigger than oxygen atom. This is small, electronegative, but this sulfur is a bit big. This bond can be easily broken down. The bond can be easily broken down. So it is going to act as an acid and this is going to act as a base. Water is going to accept a proton to form H3O positive and H2S is going to lose a proton to form HS negative. So what is this theory? This theory is Bronsted theory, not Lewis acid base theory. Lewis acid base theory talks about the electron donation and acceptance, right? So the answer means the first statement is absolutely incorrect. It is incorrect. So depending upon what was given to us, this statement is correct. Whatever the right option is, we would choose. Okay. Why? Because see, water is acting as an acid in this case, water is acting as a base in this case. So it is showing the amphoteric behavior, isn't it, Rahul? What do you mean by amphoteric behavior? The one that can react with the acid as well as a base. So here it is reacting with the base and here it is reacting with an acid and hence proved. Alright, moving to the next question. Great. So the question over here is, this is the electron gain enthalpy. What do we know about electron gain enthalpy? It is the enthalpy change when an electron is added to an isolated gaseous atom. Generally the energy is released, but there are some cases where the delta H value is positive, right? So we all know in general left to right delta H e.g. electron gain enthalpy becomes, or basically it increases. Okay, I would use the word increases, and top to bottom delta H e.g. value decreases, right? So if we had to find out the order or which one is best, so I would normally think that fluorine is going to be chlorine, greater than chlorine, means fluorine is going to have a greater negative value than chlorine, but we all know this order is wrong. This is wrong because there is an exception. Do you guys remember the exception? You remember that chlorine will have more negative delta H value. Reason being, fluorine is, there is an electronic repulsion. It does not accept the outer electron because of its small size. So chlorine is greater than fluorine. So if we had to find out the maximum value, it would have been for Cl. Okay. So it's a very, very famous case in inorganic chemistry and it has been taught several times to you and I'm sure you guys remember it. Alright, moving to the next question. Order of the ionic mobility of alkaline earth metals. Again, this question appeared in the morning shift. This was a morning shift question. I am not so very sure about the options, but what do we know? When we go down the group, top to bottom, the ionic mobility increases. Ionic mobility increases down the group. Right? Because its hydration enthalpy decreases. Great, great. So most of you knew the answer to this question as well. Amazing. So you guys have studied hard, right? And you are actually prepared for the JEE Main if you have not taken it. All right, moving ahead. Lead nitrate on heating gives us PbO, O2, and there is an unknown gas. This unknown gas dimerizes. Now you know what? I'll tell you, there is a hint in this question. The question is, you have lead nitrate and we are heating it, right? So it gives us a gas which can dimerize. Now don't you know, in the oxides, we have studied only two gases which can dimerize. Roshannath, no, N2 nahi. It can be either NO or it can be NO2. Okay, only these two gases can dimerize. And when we heat lead nitrate, which gas do we get? We get NO2, which is brown in color. It's a brown colored gas, we all know it. Okay, this NO2 gas, when we dimerize it, what is the structure that we get? The structure that we get is like this. The question was, find the number of bridged oxygen in B. Is there any oxygen which is in between them, which is acting as a bridge? Is there any oxygen atom? Tell me. There is none. 0 was the answer. 0 was the answer to this question. Very easy, and you can now see how they are changing the way of asking a question. They are not asking you to simply draw the structure or find out the coordinate bonds. No, now they are testing you on the basis of structure in a different manner. They are not asking you directly. All right, moving ahead now. Okay, now this question was a bit tricky. Okay, Dream Chaser, I believe through this question I would be able to help you out. Now, I do not want to tell you this question. I want to take you a step back here. Do you guys remember there was a reaction in alkene where we had, let's say, CH2, double bond CH2, and when we add Br2, CCl4, there was an anti-addition. Like Br used to get attached over here. It was like this. How many of you remember this? This one. Most of you remembers it, right? It is an anti-addition. Okay. Wasim sir is unable to join today. He is a bit unwell. So I am here for his replacement. Right? Similarly, something amazing will happen over here. And how does it happen? First of all, there is an intermediate like this, the Br positive. It forms an intermediate like this, a cyclic intermediate. How many of you know this? A cyclic intermediate is then reacted or is then attacked by a nucleophile. Right? Similarly, what will happen over here? What will happen? So, the Br2 will first of all attach like this, oxygen, there is a Br positive, okay, like this. Now, my question to you is, let's say this carbon is A, this carbon is B. On which carbon the carbocation will be more stable according to you? Tell me. On this side, on carbon number A or on carbon number B, the carbocation will be more stable. B, are you sure? Are you sure it is not A? It is A. Why? Because if a carbocation forms over here, that will be stabilized by the resonance. That will be stabilized by the resonance. So this is a more stable site. Which one? stable carbocation forms over here. Okay. Now what will happen? The nucleophile, this is the nucleophile. The nucleophile is going to attack over here. The lone pairs are going to attack over here and OCH3 will be attached. So what is the final product? The final product is going to be like this. So we have OCH3 because the lone pairs have attacked and there was Br. Is this question clear to everyone now? Tell me in the chat box fast. No, there is no concept of back bonding over here. It's an anti-addition going on. Alright, great work. Moving ahead to the next question, my dear friends. We have the reduction potential of Cl2, I2, Ag positive, Na positive and Li. Now look at this question. Yes, Rahul, only the attack of nucleophile. If I talk about this particular question, bacho, we have Cl2, I2, Ag, Na plus, Li plus. So don't you think they have low reduction potential? Their reduction potential value is in negative. We all know that. Array Li plus electron to lithium, it has maximum negative value. Yes or no? These are reactive metals. They are reactive metals, so they have the least reduction potential value, Li plus, all those things, right? And don't you know F2 is the best oxidizing agent? F2 is the best oxidizing agent. Reason being because its reduction potential is maximum. So without even thinking, the answer had to be from halogens. The answer is Cl2. Array, don't we put chlorine in swimming pool to oxidize things, right? So Cl2 has the maximum reduction potential. That is why it behaves like a best oxidizing agent, one of the best oxidizing agents, right? It was simply based on the reduction potential values of your electrochemical series, right? Yes, then we would go for I2 and Li plus will be minimum, okay? And after I2 there will be Ag plus, then Na plus, then Li plus, right? Great. Moving to the next question. Okay, Novolac has a molar mass of 393. This was slightly tricky, and if you do not know it, I would have advised you to skip it and move ahead. Novolac has a molar mass of 393. Find the number of monomers in it. Now we all know Novolac is made up of phenol and formaldehyde. Okay. All right. So if I talk about, so I think there is some problem with the data. We are not so very sure about this. I think it was 963, I guess so. Okay. So the logic being same, if we had phenol and let's say formaldehyde, phenol has the molar mass of 94, formaldehyde has the molar mass of 30, and the molar mass was given to us as, let's say, 963. When we add the molar masses of phenol and formaldehyde, it comes out to be 124. You can just equate it to 963 and you would have found out the number of monomers unit in it. Okay. So this was simply mathematical question, not very difficult. You should have known only the monomers involved in it. Cool. So I'm not explaining you any more further over here because it is simply mathematical over. Moving ahead, which of the following has the least spin magnetic moment? How do we check such questions? Can anyone tell me in the chat box? How do we check the spin magnetic moment? What exactly do we need to check? Anyone? Rahul, what about you? Harsini, we have to check the number of unpaired electrons, right? Great. Check the number of unpaired electrons. Yes. If I talk about Fe plus 3, what is the electronic configuration? 3d5. Fe plus 2, 3d6. Copper plus 2, 3d9, because copper is 3d10, 4s1. And Ni plus 2, 3d8. What is the answer coming out to be? The answer comes out to be Cu plus 2, because if I fill 9 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The n value is just 1. The answer comes out to be option number C. How many of you have chosen option number C? Tell me. How many of you have chosen C as the answer? Anusha, Roshan Nath, great, great, beautiful. Alright, the question over here, it is from the ionic equilibrium, quite an easy option over here. The KSP value of Bi2S3, we don't have options, so I'll just solve it for you. So for example, I have Bi2S3. So we have 2 moles of Bi plus 3 bismuth and 3 moles of sulfide ions. We all know how to write down the solubility formula. Okay, that option was not there. You could have approached the question in the similar manner, right, student? Yeah, I agree, vanadium was there, so you could have approached the question in the similar manner. Alright, so this will be 2S, S stands for the solubility, and this is 3S. And how do I write down the KSP expression? KSP expression will be concentration of Bi plus 3 whole square, and we have sulfide ions to the power 3, and that will be equal to 2S whole square 2S whole cube. Oh sorry, 3S whole cube. So that will be 108 S to the power 5, and it was equated to KSP. So we could have easily calculated the value of S. NCERT based question, and I don't think it was difficult for you at all, right? So if I had to provide the solution, okay, I think it is gone. Anyway, you can take the screenshot later on. All right, moving to the next question. Heat of combustion of benzene and acetylene, that is HC triple bond CH, is given as delta H1 and delta H2. What is the expression for delta H when acetylene is isomerized to benzene? So what is the required final equation? That when it is converted to benzene, what is the delta H value? And 2 equations have been given to us. Let's have a look at the solution part, guys, quickly. So this is the first equation given to us, and that is the combustion of benzene. What is it? It is the combustion of benzene. C6H6, it's a hydrocarbon. Okay, it's a hydrocarbon, so it will always be converted to CO2 and water. See, you can balance it. CO2 and water, you can later on balance it. Delta H1 is given to us. Similarly, the combustion of acetylene is given to us. We could have balanced it once again, and the products were CO2 and water, and the required equation was this. This is the required equation. That is 3 moles of C2H2. We want to convert it into benzene. Don't you think I have to multiply the equation, the second equation by 3? Right, bacho? We have to multiply the second equation by 3. Yes, Rani. Yes, Sandeep. Yes, Ramana. I will multiply the second equation by 3 and subtract it from 1. Reason being, I want to get rid of these. I want to cancel these. Yeah. So I'll just multiply the second equation by 3 and subtract it from 1, and we will get the required equation. So the answer was 3 into delta H2, that is the enthalpy of the second reaction, minus the enthalpy of the first reaction. This question is also clear, I'm hoping and I'm assuming. Alright, moving ahead to the very next question. Okay, so we are not so very sure of the data. I just wanted to discuss it, that if such a question comes, we should be able to solve it. The question was, there was a current of 1.5 ampere. So I value is given to us as 1.5 ampere. It was passed through the solution. Weight of deposition was given as, so W was given to us. Fine. So W is given. So I am writing it as W given. And the atomic number is also given. So for example, the atomic number is 29. Yeah, 29 corresponds to copper. So how do I get copper when I do the electrolysis of it? Copper plus 2, it accepts 2 electron to give us copper. So what is the N factor? Bacho, what is the N factor, the valency factor for copper in this case? N factor, yeah, valency factor. It is 2. It is 2. So I would have applied W is equals to W is equals to ZIT, and what is Z? Molecular weight, right? And molecular weight would be known to us, upon F is known to us, N factor is known to us, I is not given, I is also given, time is not given, W is given. So everything is known except time. We can calculate it from here. Has everybody understood this question? And if it comes in your shift, you should be able to solve it, right? You would be able to solve it, no? Amazing, amazing. Love the energy, love the enthusiasm. And now here's a bit of information for all the people who are present in the class and who are expecting 96 percentile and above. How many of you are expecting 96 percentile and above? Tell me in the chat box fast. Come on everyone. How many of you are expecting 96 percentile and above? Amazing. Nishant is one of them. What about others? Not sure. Okay, some of you are very sure, some of you are not. Those who are not very sure, I have one also important piece of information to share with you. And those who are 100% sure that we will be getting more than 96 percentile, this is the rank accelerator program for you. We call it the Eklavya batch. Now, what is the speciality about this batch? I think the numbers here are more than enough to describe what exactly is it. So, as the name suggests, it is a rank accelerator program. And if you are a person who is getting 96 percentile and above, trust me, your selection is almost guaranteed if you are in this batch. The reason is, in this particular batch, that is the Eklavya batch, you get a lot of facilities. Like you would be accelerating your rank by a decent magnitude. That India's top JEE experts would be teaching you. You will also be getting the doubt solving session, and trust me, teachers here personally guide you to accelerate your rank. Okay, so what are the other things that you will be getting here? There would be the test analysis and discussion with the master teachers. There would be 10 plus fully advanced JEE advanced pattern test. You will also get the mock test, and the most important thing is written over here. You will get the 3 rank prediction test. You will get 3 rank prediction tests, and it would be very helpful at the very end. The moment you are about to write the JEE advanced test, it gives you the feel, the aura is awesome, and trust me, it is very apt also. It is very apt. Yes, it is absolutely free. Now, if you want to find out more information about it, like what is the pricing, how do we enroll in that, you can scan this. There is a QR code at the corner. Can you see this? Yep. You would be able to scan it. Just take your mobile phone out and scan it. You would be able to find out all the information about it. Moving ahead. Now, what is the eligibility? The eligibility is there will be on 4th July VRPT test and the JEE Main percentile. We are expecting 96 percentile and above are eligible for this JEE Eklavya batch. Now, how to join? As I said, there is QR scanner over here. You can just scan it, or you would find all the information about it in the description box. Alright. Also, as I was talking about, there are some students who are not very confident or that you won't be getting 96 percentile and above. Trust me, I have a course for you. This is the crash course, and it is available at a very, very low price, that is rupees 8100. Alright, Jem, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is available at rupees 8100. It's a very, very low price, and it is useful to all the students who are expecting 96 percentile above or maybe lower than that. Reason being, this crash course will give you a quick glimpse of all the important formulas, techniques that you should be requiring at the very last moment. Right? So what do you get over here? You will be getting 23 live sessions per subject: physics, chemistry and maths. And there would be 10 part tests, 10 full tests. There would be 7 additional recorded sessions. You will be getting more than 140 assignments. What else do you need? You have everything that a student asks for. Also, for your better efficiency, after the class is done, after the discussion is done, there is a feature of doubt solving app available for you where you can ask your doubts as much as you can. Okay. So the information, all the information about it is available in the description box. You can quickly go through that. So it is just available at rupees 8100, and I think that would be all. So now this is the end of the chemistry discussion paper. Shreyas sir would be coming here and discussing the physics paper. Are you all ready for the physics paper discussion? No, this is not the end. This is not the end. Shreyas sir is here. Shreyas sir, over to you.
Hey, how are you, my warriors? Kya baat? Alright, already kids are saying thank you, sir, for today's session. I'm so happy you guys have enjoyed the session with Tarun sir. And Tarun sir, I'm really thankful to come over to VN Light and help all the VN Light students, all the warriors out over here. So it's time for physics. Come on, my warriors, let's put in some energy. It's Saturday evening, and yes, I haven't had my dinner. So you know what is my dinner now? What's my dinner, guys? Obviously, your support, right? Your chats. Look at how situations are. Teacher is not motivating students. Students are motivating teacher. Okay, from morning I'm solving questions. Morning I'm collecting hardly any. So you know, we have to gather the information. We have to make the question. We have to also make sure that things are right, and everything has to happen in a short span of time. So let's begin, guys. Okay, so after this, you can also have your dinner. I will also have my dinner. But yes, before that, even Shimon sir will come for the paper discussion of maths. All right. So let's begin. And let me also tell you, my warriors, in the description box below, you will not only have the link for the Eklavya channel, Eklavya group, but you will also have the link for crash courses for the next attempt. So let's begin. Let me just put in the microphone. Any question got repeated? I feel the patterns got repeated. If you have seen my short video which I made, I have already done the analysis. So today's paper analysis I will be doing tomorrow. I'll post it up, okay? So just see to it that you are watching all the solutions, because I can see many things are also getting repeated pattern and model wise. So let's begin. The first question, okay? Let's start once again. Okay. So those of you who do not know me, my name is Shreyas, I'm the physics master teacher, and before we begin you need to do one small favor. I can see very little likes. You guys are not giving that much nice support, guys. Come on, if I am coming over here and making sure that you guys get the right solutions just in time after the mains examination, you need to shower some love. Why are those likes? So let's, come on, go smash the like button right now. Build it up. Come on. I want to see it go up. Come on. Okay. Thank you so much, Dream Chaser. Madhuri, so much. Hi, Guna. Hi, Krishna. The pattern will be similar till 29th. Yes, I feel so. Alright, let's begin. The first question. Is it even a question? Guys, I don't know whether this was the actual question or was it asked in some different way. CP by CV ratio is asked for an ideal gas. CP by CV ratio is asked for an ideal gas. CP by CV is nothing but gamma. And what is gamma? Gamma is 1 plus 2 by degrees of freedom. Isn't it right? That's the answer. It was direct formula. Direct formula. It was same says student. Isn't it crazy? Gautam is already laughing out there. Pitchy question was there. Laddu question, lallu question. Next question coming up on your screen. Awesomeness. The magnetic field at the center of the solenoid is B0. When the number of turns is halved, current is doubled. What is the new field? So my warriors, what is the field inside a solenoid? The field is constant and the formula is mu naught, number of turns per unit length, into the current. Now as per the given information, the number of turns is halved. So N is made half times, but the current is made 2 times. So 2 into half is 1. So the magnetic field will become 1 time. 1 time. That is it. Is this JEE? I'm so sorry. This is JEE, guys. I'm so sorry about this. But this is how JEE has become. So simple. EGPG, lemon squeegee. EGPG, lemon squeegee question. Formula based questions remain same. Very true, Roshant. I am pretty sure all the students who are going to write the exam tomorrow, day after, are getting lot of confidence. And looking at this confidence, other students who feel that this question is difficult, trust me, it is not. It is completely formula based. So if you want, you can prepare right now for your second attempt. Watch all the lectures which we are making over here on the channel. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button, because that's it. That's all you need. And watch all the crash course sessions with assignments as well as the test series. Trust me, nobody will stop you from getting 99 plus percentile. Even if you have 50 percentile, you can get it within the next 20 days. Trust me on that. Okay, let's move on. Next question. This was okay, but standard model. How many times we have done these kind of questions in our regular batches, guys? So many times we have done these kind of questions. Only the values have changed. So let's try to do this question now. First of all, there are 27 drops combined together to form a big drop. So each small drop will have a radius small r. The bigger drop has a radius capital R. So volume is conserved. Volume is conserved. So I can say 4 by 3 pi r cube. There are 27 drops is 4 by 3 pi capital R cube. 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 pi cancels. So R cube is 27 small r cube. So capital R is 3 times of R. Okay, that is what it is. Now, talking about the potential initially. Potential is K Q by R. Initial potential was 22 volts. So 22 is K Q by R. Now, the final potential will be K, but the charge will be 27Q. Many people miss that 27 because there are 27 drops. Each drop's charge will add together to become 27Q, and this will be divided by capital R, which is nothing but K 27Q divided by small, this capital R is 3 times of small r. So KQ by R, KQ by small r is nothing but 22. and 27 by 3. 27 by 3 is 9. So 22 into 9, that is nothing but your 198 volts. That is your answer. Many students forget to multiply by 27. Somebody is saying this question was there in notebook. Also, drop bubble question has come in all the shifts. That means revise surface tension formula for drops and bubbles. Very true, Krishna. Watching my Pathfinder series for JEE 2023. Awesome draw and draw. You're on the right track. Gautam already is loving this session. He's on fire. And I have put up the solution right in front of you just in case you need it after the class. Next question on parallel plate capacitor. Let's try to do this. So there was a capacitor and there is a distance d between the plates. So the capacitance will be epsilon naught area by d. Now it said that a metallic sheet is inserted in between of thickness d by 2. So if you add some metallic sheet of thickness d by 2, it's as good as it is not there, because the field inside the conductor will be 0. Electric field is only there in between over here, just like over here the field is there between the plates separated by distance d. So over here it's as good as saying it's just a capacitance whose distance between the plates is d by 2. So the new capacitance is epsilon naught A divided by d by 2, which is 2 times of epsilon naught A by d. Epsilon naught A by d is nothing but C. Hence the new capacitance by the old capacitance is 2 by 1. So 2:1 is the answer. Done, done. This question came from my mock test. Yes, I have done these kind of questions. In fact, I have done more difficult questions. We had added dielectric also in between. If a dielectric is added, then what happens? Here though it is much simpler. There was metal piece added. Metal means conductor. It's as good as you are shifting the one plate from this side to this side by a distance of d by 2. Can you get 96% for the second attempt if I prepare thoroughly? Definitely, Alexander PV, you can, because if this is the level of questions, I'm pretty sure second attempt will also be very similar, if not very tough. So that means you can easily score not 96, I feel more than 96. Alexander, you can get 99 percentile. I'm not kidding. Trust me, just watch my lectures. Make sure you are a part of the crash course and solve the questions. Just don't join the crash course. If you're just going to join the crash course and think it's going to help you, no, sorry. You have to solve the questions in the crash course. You have to attend the lectures. You have to also solve the questions in the assignment. That's how you are going to get it, not otherwise. Understand? Okay. So let's move on to the next question coming up on your screen. Answer is there right over here. Next question. The velocity of EM waves is 2 into 10 to the power 8. Medium where relative permeability is 1. Then what is the relative permittivity? Now, don't you see this same kind of question also came in the shift 1 of today's session, of shift 1 of today's attempt? Did you see that? It was very similar, just asked in a very different way. Otherwise, it is similar. Agree? So, let's move on. Thank you so much, Manuklosin Thanu. Oh my God, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name properly. Section B question, right? So, this is the speed. The speed is speed of light by the refractive index. Speed of light is nothing but 3 into 10 to the power 8. Mu is, I don't know, but I can find it out. Mu comes out to be 3 by 2. Now the refractive index, keep this in mind, refractive index is nothing but relative permittivity into relative permeability. Mu is nothing but 3 by 2, okay, right from here. And relative permittivity is something I do not know. Relative permeability is 1. So ER will be nothing but 3 by 2 square, which is 9 by 4. That's it. Done, done. Done, done. 9 by 4. That's the answer, my warriors. Got it? Awesome. Crazy. Yes. 2.25. Awesome. Rahul. Good evening, Nishi. This question didn't come. Maybe it came in different form. Maybe in options, Shreya. Who knows? Yeah, these are memory based questions, and thank you to all the students of our crash course, of our long term series, of Eklavya, and all the students who are associated with us and who are giving us these questions right after the exam. Kudos guys, hats off to you. Without you, all the students watching this video live will never be able to get these questions. We would never be able to solve these questions because we would not have it in the first place. So thank you so much, my warriors, and thank you all the students. Keep it up. And guys, please try to attend all the discussions because questions are getting repeated model wise. Next question. If I have evening shift, is it wise to check paper at 1 to 2? Yes, yes, yes. No, it will not make you nervous, Krishna. It will be in fact very useful because many things can get repeated. It will not make you nervous. Okay. But if you are a tension party, see, some students are tension party. If you are a tension party, then don't see. Okay. For this, I feel the radius of the nucleus formula should be used, which is standard radius into atomic weight number whole raised to 1 by 3. This is your standard formula. Bring R0 below and this will become A raised to 1 by 3. Now take log on both sides. So ln R by R0 is equal to nothing but 1/3 log of A. Now if you draw the graph, of log of R by R0 versus log of A, obviously it's going to be a straight line with a slope of 1 by 3. That's it. That's the answer. It's going to be a straight line. Awesome. Very nice, student. Plus 4, plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. Is negative marking is -1? Yes. Graph is linear and this is how it's going to be. So if it was log of R by R0, if it was just log R, some students might be thinking it was just about the straight line. Yes. If it was just log R, then it will be different because then you will be writing log of R minus log of R0 is 1/3 log of A. Then log of R, graph will be log of R0 plus 1/3 log of A. So then it will be a straight line but not passing through the origin. If it was ln R versus ln A. So I don't know what came, but I'm showing you both the options. Okay, something which you should know. Moving on to the next one. I have shown the graph of log of R by R0. If log R was there, it will just be shifted by log R0. That's all. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, one straight line, then you will mark only that option. There is no other option then. Okay, so you will not mark anything else. Okay, this question came yesterday. Agree, disagree, similar way. Similar way came last session, I mean previous day. Yeah, is that expression standard? Yes, Dream Chaser. Yes, Alexander, already revision is going on. That is your crash. This was such an easy question. You just need to know the definition, sorry, the formula for Imax. Imax is root of I1 plus root of I2 whole square. I minimum is root of I1 minus root of I2 whole square. So this ratio will become root I1. Root I1 is, let's say, root I plus root of 4I, and this will be plus root of I minus root of 4I, and this will be whole square, whole square. This is again root of I plus root of 4I whole square minus root of I minus root of 4I, and this is whole square. So when you do the math, I gets cancelled. This will become 1 plus 2 whole square plus, same thing over here, 1 plus 2 whole square. Here it will be minus. Here it will be 1 minus 2, root of 4 is 2 whole square upon 1 minus 2 whole square. So this will be 3 square, correct? Just check this out. 3 square, which is nothing but 9. Okay, this is nothing but 9 plus 1 upon, this will be again 9 minus 1, which is nothing but 10 divided by 8, which is nothing, yep, right? So this is nothing but 5 divided by 4. So this denominator will be nothing but 4. That's it. That's the answer. Awesome. Yesterday's question was also very much similar. I think it was asked I max by I min or something. Okay, very much similar. So intensity questions of interference are coming again and again. Even in the first shift today, intensity at a point P was asked, intensity at second point was asked, and the difference was asked. Very, very simple. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Moving on to the next one. 2 satellites are revolving around a planet and radius is this much and this much. What is the ratio of the orbital speed? So first of all, this is a direct formula based question. If you know the formula of orbital speed of a satellite, which is nothing but root of gm by the radius of the orbit, that's it, your job will be done. Velocity of 1 by velocity of 2 will be inversely proportional to the root of the radius. So that's it, put the radius under the root. So 800 will be first because that's the second radius. Initial radius for the first planet is 3200, which is root of 1 by 4, which is just 1 by 2. That's it. That's the answer. That's it. So it is root proportional. Some people do not remember it was root. Some people think it was inversely proportional. That's where you can make a very silly mistake. Okay. No, Venkat, it's not true. Maybe I think you have not given enough mock tests. You're just getting tensed. Even though the paper was simple, you just got tensed, nothing else. So I think it's not a problem of knowledge. It's just a problem of pushing yourself and making sure that you have enough practice so that in the real world, real life exam, you do not actually become nervous, blanked out, and actually when the paper is simple, you recollect your thoughts and formulas, apply those concepts without making some silly mistakes out there. That's all. So next question, moving on. Two cells, okay, two cells, EMF are same, internal resistance are given, load is also given, potential difference across the second cell is 0. This was the only tricky question which I found, like relatively, otherwise it is not so tricky also. So I feel you should show one cell. This is one internal resistance, okay, this is another cell, another internal resistance, okay, and then it is connected to some load over here. This is R2, this is E, this is R1, this is E, this is external load. There is some current which is flowing in the circuit like this. This is current I, and the question says that the voltage difference across one of the batteries, the second battery let's say, is 0. Okay, first of all let's find out the current. The current will be given by total EMF by the total resistance, because everything is in series. Total EMF is E plus E, total resistance is R plus R1 plus R2. So it will be nothing but 2E divided by R plus R1 plus R2. That will be nothing but your current. As per the question, voltage drop across the terminals of the second battery is 0. So basically delta V will be nothing but E minus I R2, and this is given to be 0 across the second cell as per the question. So this will be E minus, substitute this value, which is 2E divided by R plus R1 plus R2 into R2, shift it on that side. So 2 times of R2 by R plus R1 plus R2 will be 1, because if you shift it on that side and cancel the value of E, you will see it will be 1. So 2R2 is equal to R plus R1 plus R2. So therefore R, okay, R will be nothing but how much, guys? R2 minus R1. Do you see that? It will be R2 minus R1. That's it. Will NEET be as easy as this? Yes, NEET will be as easy as this, because I mean, NEET can't be very tough than JEE Mains. JEE Mains is usually supposed to be, little bit tougher than NEET. NEET is supposed to be little bit relatively easier, but these days there is hardly any difference between JEE Mains and NEET papers. That's what I have seen. That's it. Awesome. Gautam got it. Awesome student. Very good. Can I expect these kind of questions, Rahul Krishna? Yes, bacha. Because I have seen yesterday and today simple questions in physics have come. Please study all the standard models. All these standard models are very important. These models of questions are going to come tomorrow also, and you will remember me. Definitely. Okay, moving on to the next one. I have just put up the diagram for all of you with the solution. Next question. Guys, this was such a direct question. Formula, I mean, like really they asked this. I don't know if some other axis was mentioned, but this is what is being told to us because these are memory based questions. Solid sphere about diameter 2 by 5 m square standard. Solid sphere, central axis. Disc about the axis passing through the center, mr square by 2. Hollow cylinder is nothing but mr square. And ring about the perpendicular plane passing through the later. Ring about perpendicular to the plane passing through the center, actually it is mr square. Standard, all are correct. Yep, this is how it is. I'm not sure, was it match the following or so? Oh, it was match the following. So here already the answers are mentioned, but otherwise it was very easy question. Krishna is hoping that that he wrote this paper. I'm pretty sure all the students who are watching it from the next few shifts are wishing, like hoping that this actually comes. Come on my students, just 193 likes. I want to cross 200. Oh, there are 257 people watching. It needs to rise till 250 likes. Come on. Why are we still on 193 likes? Smash the like button. Very bad, huh, students? Very bad. Not done. Come on, make it go up. Let's go till 250. Come on. You don't want this channel to grow? Only English channel in the country. Can we get the PDF? Yes, tomorrow. Okay, go, come on, let's push it. Only then I can push you. Moving on to the next one. See if this kind of question came. When the temperature increase, then the susceptibility of para and ferromagnetic material will, I think it came like a assertion reason. Now we are not really sure what was the exact statement, but I have a feeling that it was something like this. For a paramagnetic material, when temperature is increased, the susceptibility decreases, and for ferromagnetic material, after a particular temperature, it decreases because it turns into paramagnetic or something like that. So let me tell you how it works. So for paramagnetic, right, the susceptibility is inversely proportional to the temperature. This is for paramagnetic. But for ferromagnetic, it becomes paramagnetic after a certain temperature called as a Curie temperature. So the ferromagnetic material becomes para after the Curie temperature. So it behaves like a paramagnetic after that temperature. That's all. Okay, that's how it works. If you know this, that's it. You will be able to solve the question. Now, if you remember it, maybe you can tell it to me in the chat box. Maybe I can help you out with that. But this was the concept behind that question. Alright, this was the concept behind that question. Moving on to the next one. Okay, now there were some particles given. I have taken few particles. One of the students told that it was electron was there, proton was there, alpha was there. So I'm not sure whether deuteron, it's not dendron, it's deuteron. Okay, deuteron was also there, let's say. So if they have the same energy, what is the decreasing order of the wavelength? See, wavelength is h by p and momentum is nothing but root of 2mk. Since k is same for all of them as per the given question, so lambda is inversely proportional to the root of mass. So the one which has the least mass will have the highest wavelength. So the mass of electron is the least, then comes the mass of proton, then comes the mass of deuteron, then comes the mass of the alpha particle. The mass of alpha particle is the highest. Hence, wavelength wise, it will be exactly opposite. So electron's wavelength will be highest, then comes proton, then comes deuteron, then comes alpha particle. If you are wondering, obviously electron is the least. Proton has 1 AMU roughly, approximately. Deuteron will roughly have 2 AMU, and obviously alpha will have roughly 4 atomic mass unit. Rough values. Acha, it was neutron. Acha, if neutron was there, guys, then where will neutron come? Mass of proton and mass of neutron will be same. Correct? So in this particular thing, you will also have equal to mass of neutron. So equal to Mn will also be there. That's all. So if it was not deuteron, then it will be the lambda of neutron will be same. So lambda of neutron will be roughly equal to the lambda of the proton. Okay. Okay. Yes, yesterday they asked the radius ratio. They have been also asking if you throw it in magnetic field, then what is the radius? They have been also asking if you accelerate it by the same energy, then what is the ratio of the wavelength? So these are standard question. Neutron का mass proton से थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा है, meaning there is hardly any difference. So roughly you can put it as equal to. So if there was an approximate symbol, you will use that. If there was equal to also, that is fine, because the difference in the mass is in the third or the fourth decimal. That's all. Okay, moving on to the next one. Now, if this was the value of the frequency, then the threshold, then the work function of the metal was asked. So the work function, if you remember the work function, okay, the work function will be nothing but hf naught. H is nothing but 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34, and the frequency is 5 into 10 to the power 14 hertz. Now whatever answer you get over here will be in joules. You do not want it in joules. If you want it in electron volt, so what you need to do is divide this by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, then the answer will be in electron volt. Now if you do the math, it will roughly come out to be 2.06 electron volt. That is the answer. This question was asked. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All direct questions. The only thing was dividing. Many people would have multiplied. How many people multiplied and got the wrong answer? If you have multiplied by 1.6, because joules was given, you have to divide by 1.6 to get the answer in electron volt. I hope this is clear. Okay, so that's the difference. Divide. Very good, Roshant. Okay. The least energy asked is the same as work function. What is the work function? It is the least energy of the photon for emitting the photoelectrons. So that is another way of asking, which is also the work function. That's it. Okay. So least energy of the photon is basically the work function, which is also the energy, minimum energy to pluck out an electron from the metal surface. Next question coming up on your screen. Okay, so this was given, this was a question on semiconductor devices, that is your transistor. Output resistance, input resistance given, and IV characteristics are given, sorry, IC versus IV graph is given. What is the voltage gain? See, the moment voltage gain comes, a lot of people get scared, but actually it's very simple. It is nothing but the output voltage by the input voltage, and this is nothing but V is IR, so it is output resistance by input resistance into output current by input current. Okay, just one second. Yeah, by input current. Okay, now output resistance, if you notice, output resistance over here is nothing but 60, and input resistance over here is nothing but 200. Now this is actually delta input change and delta output change. So actually it is not input by output or output by input, it is delta of the output upon delta of the input. So that is one thing which you should remember, and this delta of the output and delta of the input, you should know that for an NPN transistor, that the collector current is basically your output and the base current, which is very small, is basically your input. So it's a standard thing. If you do not remember, please check out our long-term series. It's already explained over there with amplifier diagram why collector current is output and why base current is the input. Now all you need to do is, what is delta IC and what is delta IB? This one over here is nothing but delta IC, which is your output current change. So that will be nothing but 10 minus 5 is nothing but 5, and this one over here is your change in the input current, which is nothing but 100 over here. So that's it. Just put 5 divided by 100 over here and see what is the value that you are getting. Logic gate question was asked, I'm not sure. Okay, just see this. If this was asked. Oh, but this was in milliampere, so you need to put 10 to the power minus 3, and this was microampere, so you need to put 10 to the power minus 6. Now you need to do the math. So cancel this 0 goes, and this will become 2, 3. So this will become 15 by 10 into 10 to the power 3. Just check this out. And you also have 10 to the power 3 over here. Okay, just check this out. This 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 3 goes. Just check this, if it is coming out to be 1.5. Just see if it is coming out to be 1.5. Just see this. Was it coming out? Oh, answer was coming out to be 15. Then was something else different? Just check this out. 60, 100 cancel. Okay, this was 10 to the power minus 3. This was 10 to the power 3. Okay, fair enough. So this goes on the top. This was there. So 10 to the power 3. Oh, I think I added 1 0 extra over here. By bad. Yeah, this was not required. This was not required. This 0 was already counted here. Yeah, this goes and this will be 15. Yes, this is correct. This is correct. Okay, it's 15. Yep. Just check this out. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Awesome. So answer is 15. Awesome. Moving on to the next one. This is one position. This is another position of another particle. Their velocities are equal. The velocities are equal at what time? So this kind of question I did it in the mock test, if you remember. Similar question had come in the mock test. Recently only I did it, last week I think. So you just find the velocity of particle A. It will be derivative of the position of A, which will be nothing but A plus 2bt. And similarly, velocity of B will be derivative of the position of B with respect to time. So that will be nothing but this guy's derivative, which is 2at minus B. Now as per the questions, their velocities are equal, so VA will be equal to VB. That means A plus 2BT is equal to 2AT minus B. Bring similar terms on one side. So A plus B is equal to 2AT minus 2BT. Hence, taking T common, you will see it will be A plus B upon 2A minus 2B is outside, so 2A minus 2B. Hence, this should be the answer. A plus B upon 2 into A minus B. Yes, that's it. That's it. Yep. This has also come previously in different places. I'm pretty sure. I remember seeing it in maybe NEET or JEE. I'm not sure, but it has come in some of the previous years. So it was very straightforward. Differentiate and equate it. Next question. For a particle moving in XY plane in uniform circular motion with constant speed, what is the acceleration vector at any angular position theta and radius r? So this particle is going in a circular motion like this, I believe, and you have to find what is the acceleration vector at any given theta and r. So if the particle is here, the acceleration is obviously directed towards the center like this, and this will be theta, this will be theta, maybe this is your velocity, and this acceleration will have two components, one component here, one component here. Remember, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. If this is theta, even this is theta. So the acceleration vector's magnitude will be v square by r, but the vector will be v square by r. Now you need to put the unit vector notation. Check this out. This is negative x direction, and which component is it? It's the cos component. So minus cos theta I cap, right? It's the cos component in the x direction. So minus cos theta I cap, because minus x, and this is vertical component, which is minus y. So it will be minus, and that to sine component, so sine theta j cap. Sine has come because this is sine component. So think of it this way. This is a sine theta and this is a cos theta. That's it. And the magnitude of a is v square bar. That's the answer. As simple as that. Circular motion and rotational motion together has weightage. Just circular motion, usually a question comes on banking or maybe on pendulum or moving a string around or conical pendulum. This is usually not there. Okay? This is a rare category of question where they actually ask question on vectors combined with circular motion. But yeah, one question usually is there from circular motion. Okay, next question. Okay, what if it goes clockwise? Well, even if it goes clockwise, how will it, then theta will be measured from that side. Then I think the signs could change a little bit. Signs could change a little bit. Okay, all right. But I'm assuming that that was the diagram, some kind of information was given over there to solve the question. If it was not given, then they should mention whether it was clockwise or anti-clockwise. Next question. For a particle moving in xy, this is done. For assertion reason, two balls projected such that they have same range, maximum height h1, h2, range is this much, h1, h2 is this much. Okay. Is range that much? If h1, h2 is that much, I think it is correct, and the reason is also correct, because if you do RHS, the RHS of the equation, which is 4 of root h1, h2, which will be nothing but 4 times of this whole thing, which is u square sine square theta by 2g into u square cos square theta by 2g. You will notice it will become 4 u square into u square, u raised to 4, root of that is u square. So this will become nothing but sine theta into cos theta, and 2 2s are 4, root of 4 is again 2, into g square's root is again g. So this will just become nothing but 2 u square sine theta cos theta by g. This is nothing but the formula of range, which is nothing but LHS. Exactly. So this is true. Reasoning was also true. Hence both are true, and it's the correct explanation. That's all. So you can start from one side and go to the other side. As simple as that. Hi Jairama, welcome aboard. Okay, they gave theta from x, Gautam, then whatever I told you was correct. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the next one. See if this was roughly the question. A cube of this much surface, I'm not sure if it was centimeter square or meter square. Let's assume it's some unit square, is heated by 10. Coefficient of linear expansion is this. Okay, then the change in the volume is how much? Now, it's a very interesting question because volume expansion is asked, but area is given. So first of all, from area, find the side length. Remember, the surface area of a cube is nothing but a side square. Let's say the side is A, so A square, but there will be 6 times because there are 6 such sides. So it is 24 is equal to 6A square, therefore A square is equal to 4, therefore A is equal to 2. That is what the question will be. Cool. Now, from this, you can find the volume. Volume will be A cube. So it will be nothing but 2 cube, which will be nothing but 8 cc. This is the original volume. Okay, this is your original volume. Now that's not the question. The question is find the change in the volume. So linear expansion is given. That means this is alpha. Remember, gamma is 3 times of alpha. So I need gamma in the question because volume expansion is asked. So the change in the volume will be initial volume, okay, into gamma into delta T. So initial volume 8. Gamma is nothing but 3 into 5 into 10 to the power minus 4, and temperature change is nothing but 10. So basically 8 5s are 40, 40 3s are 120. So 120 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 10 is 10 to the power minus 3. So check this out if it is 0.12 cc. 0.12 cc. Yep. Will the questions from JEE repeat in NEET? The chances are less, but the models and patterns can repeat. Hello Eman Kumar, done? Very good. Guys, come on, we have reached 274 likes. Will you make it 300? Can you make it 300 if you have not done it yet? Done, Capto. Awesome, awesome, awesome. How you got 3? Oh Rahul, this is the relationship between gamma. Remember, linear expansion is given, alpha is given, but volume change is asked. So you need volume coefficient. Volume coefficient. So gamma is 3 alpha. Remember, beta is 2 alpha. Standard relation between alpha, beta and gamma. Tarun, the PDF will be in the Telegram channel. We'll put it up by tomorrow or day after tomorrow for sure. Okay? Because we do not have the backend team right now working on Saturday, Sunday, but your teachers are working for you. Okay? Got it, Rahul? Awesome. So a lot of things you have learned. Oh, so we are coming towards the end of the physics discussion, but obviously the session is not over. Now this will continue into maths. Shimon sir will be coming. So keep this in mind. If you're confident about today's paper, and if you think you can get about 97 percentile and so on and so forth, that means most likely if you do little bit of hard work in the next 20 days, I'm pretty sure you can ace to 99 percentile. And if you are in that range, I feel you should start preparing for advanced and BITS and other such examinations. So in the description box below, you will have the link for the Eklavya sessions, because the Eklavya is the dedicated batch. It's the only way you are going to get a very good rank in advance. Let me tell you that. I'm 100% sure, no matter how bad your percentile is in that 96 to 100 percentile range, you can improve and you can get into IIT. So don't let this thing go waste, because your dream for IIT is just one step away by clicking the link and making sure you enroll into the Eklavya batch. Last year we produced more than 1200 results in IIT JEE Advanced just from Vedantu alone. So this year too is going to be awesome, and all the top ranks you can see from Vedantu, all India rank 35, 30, so many ranks came from this Eklavya batch. So go ahead, register. But if you feel that no, my performance is not that great, I might get very less marks, or I might get even 95. I want to improve to 99. I want to get into Eklavya batch because finally I want to clear JEE Advanced eventually. So then you need to work really hard in the last few days. So there is a link for the crash course, which is in pure English with lots and lots of assignments, all the PDFs, full syllabus, part syllabus tests, as well as 7 additional lectures for greater understanding with tips and strategy sessions. The timetable for the sessions is as follows, conducted by Gagandeep sir for physics, Shishir sir for chemistry, and Ziad sir for maths. And the price is very nominal. It's a very cheap course, 8,500, because you are going to get doubts, you are going to get lectures, you are going to get recordings, tips, strategies, assignments, everything in this session. Okay, so make sure you check this course out, which is there in the description box. Link is there even for the Eklavya. That's it from my side, my warriors. I'll be meeting you again very soon. Till then, see you and take care. And Shimon sir will be coming up right now. Hasta la vista, bye bye, take care.